out there in YouTube land. All right, this is just going to be kind of a riff. I want to get this off my chest. Have you ever read a series of books or watched a TV series that you've really, really enjoyed, and then watched something else that's supposed to be that, based on or a continuation of that series, and then just had it, I don't want the phrase that's coming to mind right now is probably not suitable, but done very, very badly? Of course you have. That's what Hollywood does. I've had a bad last couple of days just because of stuff that's been going on, car problems and all that stuff. Day off today, and I was like, all right, all I want to do is relax, watch a couple of movies, stay in the house, not go out. I saw something that Spenser Confidential on Netflix. There's a book series written by Robert B. Parker about a private detective from Boston named Spenser. It spawned the TV series Spenser for Hire. Robert Urich, Avery Brooks. Robert Urich played the titular character Spenser. Avery Brooks played Hawk. In the books and the TV series, Hawk is my favorite character. The guy's a badass. You might know Avery Brooks from Deep Space Nine as Captain Sisko. So I'm like, hey, great. Spenser Confidential. Mark Wahlberg as the Spenser character. And the guy who plays Hawk last name is Wilson, I think. I'll have the picture here on the screen. And it's supposedly based on an actual book written a few years ago by the replacement author Ace Atkins, because Spenser died. Robert B. Parker died in 2010, so this is the gentleman that's writing the books now, based on a book called Wonderland. I'm like, hey, awesome. Spenser. I love Spenser for Hire. I've got all three. I've got the 2 seasons of them sitting right here in my DVDs over here. Yeah. So I'm like, cool, gonna watch it. I have to tell you, this is something that almost worsened my mood for the day. It's like whoever wrote or came up with the idea for this movie did the least amount of research possible, just found out the names of certain characters, didn't bother to find out what those characters were like, their history, what they acted like, just took these characters and then went their own way with it. It was completely different people. Right? Now, if they had just done a buddy cop, action mystery movie, this would have been okay. It wouldn't have been bad. But since they based it on such a well-known characters in literature and a TV show from the 80s, it's like they based it on that. They should at least try and follow up with it. And so they screwed everything up. So let me go back a little bit. In the books, I think the first one was written in 1971, 1972. Spenser, I think it was the Judas Goat. You have Spenser. That's the only name you have for him. That's his last name. He is a private detective from Boston. Fought in Korea, because this was, like 1970 something. And then he was a cop for a while. Didn't work out well because he had authority issues, and then became a private detective. Also was a semi-pro boxer for a while. He is hired for a case and then comes across the bad guys, and some of the bad guys hire a gentleman by the name of Hawk, who is a gun for hire, kind of an admitted thug, who has some history with Spenser because they fought in the ring before. And there's a mutual admiration, but they start out as adversaries. Wind up becoming very good friends and working together over the years. Spenser has a specific moral code of how to operate. Boom, 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 boom. You do this, you do this, you do this. He'll kill, but only if he has to. Self-defense. Excuse me. Hawk is more liberal in his use of violence. He is a bone breaker, as he admits to it, and has connections to the underworld. Spenser dates a woman by the name of Susan Silverman, who is a psychiatrist, Harvard educated, and is very, very loyal to the woman. That's the one woman in his life. He won't cheat on her, won't do anything. So these are the standards they have. In the movie, Spenser is a lot younger. Mark Wahlberg playing this character is a lot younger. He is a cop, but at the very beginning of the movie, or the beginning, I shouldn't say, the very beginning is redundant, you have him pleading guilty to 2 or 3 things like assaulting a cop, a couple of things. While he's a cop, he beats up his captain for reasons, spends a little bit of time in jail, and is released. So he comes out, he's a convicted felon, which in the book, no, he's not. He winds up going to live with a guy that runs the local gym, Harry Cannoli, which is a character in the books, and that's where he meets Hawk, who is studying to be an MMA fighter. So the characters are, the names are there. There's a little bit of history that, yes, Spenser used to be a cop, but he never went to jail. So they're changing the histories, and then they get involved with dirty cops, blah, 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 blah. And it is vaguely similar to the book Wonderland, which is what it was based on, if I remember the book correctly. I found it annoying that they just didn't care to do research on the characters. But if you take that out and just make it a normal buddy cop movie, it would have been okay, except for 2 or 3 things that just stood out with me as just, how can you not follow up with this. You have... He gets involved with this case because the cop that he supposedly assaulted was a captain in the Boston Police. The day he gets out of prison, that captain is murdered, so obviously he is a suspect. That makes sense. He didn't do it, but that's, at one point, some of the bad guys come out to try and kill him. There's like 4 or 5 of these gang members. They congregate in a restaurant where he's at, and they start a fight with him trying to kill him in a restaurant with a huge amount of people in it. It's like 5 or 6 guys in there. One of them has a machete that he's trying to kill this guy with. So they're getting this huge fight in a restaurant. Right? Destroying everything. And the guy that plays Hawk takes his car, backs the car into the restaurant, tells Spenser, get in the car, and they drive off. Okay. 2 things. If these bad guys were such, had a half a brain in their head, they wouldn't attack this person in public with a bunch of witnesses. It's like, dude, that's utterly ridiculous. 2, it's all on tape. Everyone, all these people would see it. And the cops are already gunning for Spenser because it was stated early in the movie that all the cops on the Boston Police don't like Spenser because they thought the guy that he assaulted earlier in the movie and then thought that he killed, they liked the guy. So they're gunning for him anyway. They never follow up on this. No one ever comes up to him and says, hey, the hell is all this going on? You got into this huge fight, property damage, you killed a couple people in this fight. Oh no, by the way, Hawk, you're a convicted felon, by the way. What are you doing driving a car through the front of a restaurant? Dropped. And then another little incident is near the end. I don't want to do too much information on this, but they obviously steal a truck, like a semi, and just do this incredible amount of damage to the cops, to the bad guys with this, and that seems to be okay. Nobody seems to have a problem with the company that he took the truck from, has no problem with him stealing this truck and basically destroying it. It's just not brought up. Because that's one of the things in there is he once he got out, he was planning on leaving Boston, becoming a truck driver and moving to Arizona, which didn't happen. And there's just certain things that are just mind-bogglingly ignored. It's like, yes, there's doing this stuff, but there's no consequences to this. And so I was a bit annoyed by this. Just because it's like, dude, at least try and come up with some excuses or reason why they aren't in trouble for this. But anyway, as an adaptation to the Robert B. Parker books, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 5. As just a mystery action buddy cop movie, I'm going to give it a 2.75 just because of those 2 points that I brought up. There's a couple of other little things too, but that's just minutia things. So split it halfway through, I'm going to give it a 2.5. Yeah. And let you decide whether you want to watch the movie or not. But if you're a fan of the Robert B. Parker Spenser books, don't watch it. If you've never watched it, but you like cheesy cop buddy action movies and want some brainless action, or if you like Mark Wahlberg, watch it. Anyway, let me know what you think. All right, talk to you later. Bye.